What's up, everyone? Thank you for subscribing to our email list. So this is a private video that's only available for our email subscribers. So I'm going to go over some online marketing strategies to help you grow your business. This is really geared for people who are just getting started, trying to learn a little bit more about online marketing. Maybe you're trying to create a business on the side. If you're working full-time at a job or something, you're trying to create a new website. So I'm just going to go over some simple strategies. This kind of goes along with our 2 ebooks, so I would highly recommend checking those out as well. But there's going to be a lot of the same lessons in this video right here as you'll see in our ebooks. So we're going to get right into it. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Follow us on social media. We always appreciate that. So basically, you need to start with a website. Maybe you're building a mobile app. Regardless of what you're doing, you should still have a website. So make sure you have a website. I use WordPress to create all my websites. It's very simple to create WordPress websites. When you sign up with any hosting provider, again, I use Bluehost for that. You'll generally get a domain name for free with any hosting plan that you select. And then right through your hosting provider, you're able to just easily install WordPress. WordPress is pretty simple, and there's so many tutorials for how to use WordPress online that even if you're just getting started with it, you can learn how to install a theme, how to install plugins, everything you really need to do to get started with WordPress, get started with a website, have your domain name. Your domain name should represent your business, so take some time to think about it if you haven't started this yet. If you already have a website, you're kind of off on the right foot, obviously, but don't kind of think that creating a website is too difficult. You can go to bluehost.com right now, select a hosting plan. They'll generally give you a domain. When you sign up for that domain, they're going to have an option. Once you get started with your hosting, it's in the back end. It's called cPanel. And they'll usually have install WordPress. You can just install WordPress for free. They'll give you a username and password. You can sign in, and your WordPress is covered by your hosting plan. So as long as you're paying for your hosting plan, you don't need to pay anything additional for WordPress. And then you're just gonna have to learn WordPress over time. It's just one of those things where, when I first got started with WordPress, it seems like it's very difficult. Now it's just very easy to use. So get started with a website. That's really where you want to start. When you have your website, you want to install Google Analytics and Google Search Console on your website. So they're both completely free tools offered by Google. Google Analytics allows you to look at all the data that's happening on your website, how much website traffic you're getting, where it's coming from. You can learn more about your audience, their age, their locations that they're coming from, some of their interests. And then as you start getting more advanced with Google Analytics, you can set up goal conversions. If you're running a Shopify website, for example, you can track all of your data into your Google Analytics account, and you can see sales right through Google Analytics. And that's very useful once you start running more pay-per-click advertising in the future, when you're trying to optimize to drive more sales. Maybe you're just trying to drive more traffic. Google Analytics is a great free tool. Google Search Console is another one, so that will allow you to see how your website is performing in the Google search results. So it's really helpful because you can see keywords that people are typing in so that they actually find your website. So Google Analytics, Google Search Console, 2 of my favorite tools to use, completely free. You definitely want to use them, set them up on your website. There's guides out there for how to do that. We also have videos on our channel for pretty much everything we're going over in this video, so make sure you check that out. If you're not sure where to get started, you can also always send me a quick email, Corey@surfsideppc.com. If you're really struggling to get started with some of these things, I can help guide you, even if I send you the right article or something like that, to help you learn how to get started with all these different things. Next is Google My Business. So if you own a local business, if you have a physical business location, then you want to set up a Google My Business account. All you need to do is go to google.com/business, enter your location. They're going to mail something to you, and then you just need to verify your address, and then you actually get a Google Maps listing. So Google My Business, pretty simple. But it's just something a lot of local business owners don't do at first because they're not completely sure about it. You need an online presence if you have a physical store location. I mean, online marketing is such a huge part of your business. So make sure you get started with a Google My Business account. So that's Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Google My Business. Google My Business is only for people who have physical locations. So if you have an office, if you have a store, if you have a restaurant, whatever it is, then you want to set up one of these accounts. So next, make sure you create social media channels. They should all match your domain name. They should match your business name. So you really want to create social media channels where your customers are. So for example, I have beachfrontdecor.com. My biggest social media channel is Pinterest, followed by Instagram. We're trying to grow Facebook as well. Facebook is pretty much good for every type of business because there's such a huge audience there. Now, Twitter, on the other hand, it's not huge for home decor. I mean, Twitter's good for news. Twitter's good for sports news, politics, different things like that is where Twitter, you can use Twitter effectively. LinkedIn is really good for business pages. So if you're creating case studies, if you're creating business content, so LinkedIn is good for Surfside PPC, trying to grow our presence there. YouTube can be good if you're going to create videos. So just get started with creating social media channels. You can create them on every single channel for now, and then just use the ones that are going to be the most effective for your business. And the best way to know what's going to be the most effective for your business is look at some competitors, see the social media channels that they're optimizing for, that they're posting on consistently, and just copy some of their strategies. Another thing is an email list. So pretty much every business can use an email list. It doesn't really matter who you are, what you're trying to advertise or promote. Any product or service can be useful with an email list. And the biggest thing with an email list is you need to create content that's going to go out on your email list, on your social channels. I'll get into that a little bit more throughout this video, but email marketing is one of the best forms of marketing because most people, when they wake up, they check their email. If they're interested in what you have to offer, they're going to subscribe to your email list. So everyone who's subscribed to Surfside PPC, they probably have some level of interest in some of the marketing content that I'm putting out there. So creating an email list is a great strategy to grow your business, to grow your audience, to get more people engaged with your content. And then what's good about an email list is, let's just say you have 1,000 people on an email list. You create something new, whether it's a piece of content, maybe you just wrote a book, maybe you're creating a video like I do. You can send it to people on your email list. And what's good is that a lot of people are going to click through. There might be some people that just don't even see it at all. There might be some people that say, hey, I'm no longer interested in this content. And that's just kind of the natural progression of an email list. You just want to keep creating content and putting it out there to people who subscribe to you. So I always say focus on search engine optimization first. So SEO stands for search engine optimization if you're not familiar with it. So basically just creating content on your website and making sure it's optimized for search engines. There's a lot of different strategies. I'd say this is one of the first things that I really tried to learn when I got into marketing was how to rank in search engines. Basically, it comes down to creating content that people search for. So creating content around specific keywords that people are interested in. And you want your content to rank high in Google. Generally, Google ranks content based on the overall quality of the content, how relevant the content is, how recently updated the content is, how many backlinks that website has, so how many other websites are linking to that website. So generally what happens is, as someone creates great content over and over again, people are going to see it, people are going to link to it from their own websites, people are going to share it out on social media. So basically all of that goes into search engine optimization. Google has their own algorithms. They don't release all of the data, but people have been able to figure out a lot about how websites rank and the important things that Google looks at for search engine optimization for the websites they want to rank high in their search engine. Ultimately, it comes down to creating the best content that people are going to be the most interested in, that solves people's problems the best. So you want to focus on SEO first. I say that because it's an important traffic generation strategy, and you can use SEO along with pay-per-click advertising. So I always recommend starting with SEO. So one of my favorite tools, again, another free tool, is the Google Keyword Planner. So if you create a Google Ads account, you can use the Google Keyword Planner to find keywords for your business. Just say, for example, you're getting involved in content marketing. You want to create a content marketing business. The first thing you want to do is go to the Google Keyword Planner and see what the top keywords are related to content marketing. So when it comes for me for beachfront decor, I look at what people are typing in when they're looking for beach decor. Same with Surfside PPC. I use the Google Keyword Planner all the time to find content ideas, to find the top keywords in my industry that I can rank for. So just a continuation here, you want to research keywords to find the top 100 keywords for your business. So that's really where you want to get started. You can poll the top 1,000 keywords if you want, but I generally recommend just getting started with the top 100, and then you can focus on those keywords, creating content around those top 100 keywords. And then all you need to do is, let's say you create something around a keyword, make sure you just keep it updated, keep it relevant, keep adding more information to it. If it's something where things change over time, so for example, let's just say you're looking at top tech stocks and you want to create a page about the top technology stocks that people can invest in. Maybe a new stock comes along over the course of a year. You can add that to your page. Just keep your pages updated and relevant. Focus on those top 100 keywords. So how you know what a top 100 keyword is, it really takes some experience. It's going to take some testing. There's going to be times where you create content around keywords where you think it's going to rank and it just doesn't. And then there's going to be times where you create content that you're like, I don't know how well this is going to do. And that ends up being one of the top pages on your website. So the ultimate goal is just to keep creating. After you research those top 100 keywords, you want to keep creating content around all of those keywords. And brings me into this step: create valuable content daily. It doesn't mean you need to create one new blog post per day. It doesn't mean you need to create one new video per day, one new podcast per day. It just means you need to focus on creating valuable content every day so that at the end of the year, you've created a ton of valuable content on your website. So with Surfside PPC, I always say this, that I grow the most when I'm putting out content. And the better the content that I put out, the more I grow. So I can't just put out really bad content over and over again. So I try to create valuable content every day, whether it's written content. Sometimes I spend a few days just creating a couple different videos. I can spend 3 days on a single video if it's going to be a popular video on my channel. And then I have other short videos that I might spend 30 minutes on total between creating the video, editing the video, and uploading the video. But a lot of work goes into it. So create valuable content daily. Spend hours on creating content. So just some different ideas. So I'm going to say content a lot. So these are just some different ideas that you can use. Blog articles, news. So if you're covering the news, videos like this one, podcasts, images, books, ebooks, infographics, case studies, products. So products on your website that you're selling. All of these different things can be helpful. You can create product reviews. You can create curated lists. So top 100. You can, if you're focused on cooking, then maybe it's creating recipes. So just all sorts of different content, whatever it is. If you need some ideas, look at what your competitors are doing, look at some content ideas. Just go to Google and search different types of content ideas, and you're going to find all sorts of ideas for your business. But ultimately, it comes down to creating articles on your website. So written content, creating images that go along with them. And then you really need to focus on whatever it is that people are looking for. So on a lot of my articles, I include my videos. So a lot of my content is just based around my video content, and then I can create a written article based around that. There's more I can do that I don't take advantage of as well as I could, but that's just something that you have to continue to optimize for, continue to improve over time. Share your content daily. So you create something, people aren't just going to find it automatically. You need to share it to your email list. You need to share it to your social media channels. So all of those things are going to help you focus on website traffic growth. So sharing your content is a really important part of your strategy. So when you talk about content marketing, one of the important parts of that is marketing. So you create content, you want to market it as well. So that will allow you to grow your social media channels over time. Ultimately, the reason you subscribe to anybody's email list or you follow anybody on social media is because you enjoy the things that they're putting out there. You enjoy their information. You enjoy the way they do it. It doesn't really matter what it is that you follow. Maybe you follow someone specific to politics. Maybe you follow someone specific to sports. You follow them because you enjoy their content. So that's really what you want to do, is continue to market your content and find your place to where you can grow an audience of people that are looking for the things that you're creating. Okay, so next, just focus on website traffic growth. So that kind of goes along with a lot of this previous steps. So focusing on search engine optimization, focusing on your top keywords, creating content daily. And then what you want to focus on first, to me, is website traffic growth. Your traffic is generally going to come from a few different sources. One might be direct. So we get some direct traffic at Surfside PPC. And the reason direct traffic comes is because you're keeping things updated. People think about you when they get onto their to the internet. They're looking at pages to go to. So getting direct traffic is one of the best forms of traffic. Another one is organic search. So this is where we research our top 100 keywords. You create search engine optimized content, and that's going to allow people to find you in Google search, maybe in Bing search. Social media is another channel. So for example, for beachfront decor, we drive a lot of traffic from Instagram. We drive a lot of traffic from Pinterest. We drive some traffic from Facebook. We don't drive a ton from Twitter, but social media is a great traffic driver. So even for Surfside PPC, we drive traffic from YouTube to our website. So focusing on website traffic growth is such an important part. And that's really where you want to start, is focusing on growing your website traffic, because traffic equals revenue for your business. So all those different sources of traffic are going to help you drive more revenue for your business. They're going to help you drive more sales. So when you're creating content, you're marketing your content, and you're just growing, you're going to get more traffic, and traffic equals revenue for your business. And next, what you want to do when you start getting some traffic is to know your customers, learn about them. If you install Google Analytics, like we talked about in the first step, then you're gonna be able to see your customers' average age, their location, some of their interests, things that they are interested in. So make sure you learn about your customers because that's gonna help you continue to grow and see things that they're interested in. So for example, for my YouTube channel, I get people that comment on my channel, and I can see some of the things that they're looking for and create videos based around the things that they're interested in. Now, one of the things I recommend doing is outsourcing your weaknesses. So this might be difficult at first if you're working on a limited budget, but outsourcing your weaknesses, whether it's written content, maybe you're not great at creating images and graphics, you want to outsource things that you really struggle with, things that other professionals can do better than you. So I outsource things from time to time. You can outsource some of your social media posts. There's a lot of different things you can outsource, but if you realize there's a part of your business that you're really struggling with, there's nothing wrong with outsourcing it. Even if you're creating content and you want to create more, maybe you want to hire somebody that's going to help you create even more content for your business. There's nothing wrong with that. It's only going to help you grow over time. And you just have to look at that cost as an investment in your future, an investment in your long-term marketing strategy. Now, speaking of long-term marketing strategy, you want to focus on slow and steady growth because in my experience, growth doesn't happen overnight. You're going to see tons of videos, articles, and marketing gurus and experts and everything like that talk about how they make so much money within a short period of time. And in my experience, it's just not going to happen that way. You really need to focus on slow and steady growth. And maybe this isn't what you want to hear. Maybe you want to hear that, oh, you're going to blow up overnight and you're going to create this something that's going to become huge, really an overnight success. But it really doesn't happen. There are very few examples, in my opinion, where it's going to happen like that, because the best way for marketing for a long-term strategy is building an audience over time, building a website with slow and steady growth of traffic from different sources. Just think about all the things I've talked about with creating content. You're not just going to grow things overnight. You're not just going to have, 1 million social media followers within 2 weeks or anything like that. Just nothing grows that quickly. So you really just need to focus on slow and steady growth, continue to grow your website traffic, which is going to continue to grow your revenue. And as long as you're continuing to grow, then you're really accomplishing what you want as a business. You want to focus on your long-term strategy. Do not focus on the short term. It might take you 3 months to even make $1. So if you're going into this thinking, okay, I'm going to be rich within 3 months, then you really have the wrong mindset to begin with. You really have to grind, and there's going to be a lot of times where you work on things over and over and you don't even see a ton of growth right away. But then once you continue to put in that work, I promise you that you will see growth. So focus on that slow and steady growth, create valuable content daily, and focus on those top keywords, and you will see some slow and steady growth. And ultimately, that's how you build a passive income stream, a long-term business. So just a continuation, do not be discouraged at first. It can be discouraging at times. I've built websites and I've spent a lot of time on them and they haven't grown very quickly. I mean, beachfrontdecor.com took me a really long time to really grow to where it is today. And it's still not a huge website. I mean, it's pretty large for what it is in its niche. But do not be discouraged at first. Even Surfside PPC with the YouTube channel. I mean, it took me about a year to year and a half to really start growing and earning the things that I want, the amount that I wanted to earn, and it's still not a ton. I mean, so don't be discouraged. Just continue to produce, continue to create new content. Because if you get discouraged, if you stop creating content, if you think what you're doing is going to fail, then you're probably going to fail. And also, if you look at the short-term strategy, like I talked about before, you're probably going to fail as well. So you really do need to focus on that long-term marketing strategies and long-term growth. And just to say it one more time, create even more content. So every time with Surfside PPC, I have about 200 videos on my channel. And again, that might seem like a lot to some people. It might not seem like a lot, but it takes a lot of time to create videos. I've created videos that I've had to completely throw out and redo. So just when you're creating content, if you think you've had enough, if you think one blog post per week is enough, just make sure you create even more content, continue to create, and continue to grow. Now, eventually you want to develop a content, social, and email schedule. So the earlier you can do this, the better. So for example, what you would say is, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I want a new piece of content going out. Social media, I want to make sure I'm posting 4 times a week. And email, maybe you want to post or send out an email once per week. So developing a schedule and sticking to that schedule is a great way for your business to continue to grow. So just think about your favorite marketers. They all have a schedule like this where they're saying, okay, every Monday, we want to put out a piece of content on our website. Every Tuesday, we want to put out a video on our YouTube channel. Every Wednesday, we're going to put out our podcast. So there's a lot of different things that you can do, but you want to develop a schedule and stick to that schedule. It's probably one of the best tips that I can give you. I'm going to eventually develop a schedule that can be useful for pretty much everybody. So kind of giving you my own schedule and how I do it. And it's not perfect. It's something you can continue to refine over time. If you find that Monday, Wednesday, Friday for content means that you're creating worse content, maybe you just change it to Monday, Wednesday, and use the other days of the week to continue to improve some of your old pieces of content. Social media, maybe you want to post things every day. For example, on Pinterest for beachfront decor, I put out things every single day. I put out about 50 to 100 pins. So there's a lot of different ways you can build that schedule, but make sure you develop a schedule so that you're continuing to put things out every single day and continuing to grow on all your social media channels. So make sure your website is optimized for search engines. So as you're creating, as you're building content, just make sure you have good title descriptions, good meta descriptions. Make sure you're creating a good user experience. Make sure your accelerated mobile pages are all working well. Make sure you have a good mobile website. So all of these things is really going to be helpful. So if you have a very slow website, if you find that people are going on your website and you have high bounce rates, you're probably not as optimized for search engines as you need to be. So there's a lot of different tools you can use. There's a lot of different guides you can follow to make sure that your website is optimized for search engines, but just making sure it is as optimized as possible. For WordPress, I used a plugin called Yoast SEO. So that allows me to keep all my titles optimized, my meta description optimized, and all of those things will go a long way in helping you rank higher in Google. So as you're building traffic, I said before that traffic equals revenue. So you want to test different types of ads on your website. Maybe you're running Google AdSense. Maybe you're running Amazon affiliate offers. Just test all those different ways to monetize your website. And you can spend 2 weeks, for example, saying, okay, what I'm going to do for this week, these couple weeks is add Google AdSense to my website. And I'm going to see what my revenue looks like. And then maybe for 2 weeks after that, you test an Amazon affiliate offer on your website and just continue to see the best ways to monetize your website, because you never really know until you test. So just test all these different types of ads on your website, and ultimately it'll help you grow over time to see what helps you perform the best. So on beachfront decor, I run a combination of Google AdSense, and I also run Amazon affiliate offers. I also run ShareASale affiliate offers, mainly Wayfair.com. So all of those things help me drive sales, help me drive ad clicks, and ultimately help me drive revenue for my business. Okay, so you've done all those different things. This is when I think you're ready to test PPC advertising. So some people might try to dip their toes in the water pretty early, get started with pay-per-click advertising. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have a little bit of a budget, you want to test and spend. It actually helps you grow a little bit quicker with pay-per-click advertising. It's just more difficult to turn a positive return on ad spend once you first get started. So that's why I kind of recommend saving it until a little bit later. So I didn't start any of my businesses with pay-per-click advertising. There's some people that do. There's some people that just run tons of YouTube ads. They run it to an offer. They end up getting huge growth to their offer. You can try to do things like that with YouTube advertising, with Google ads, with Bing ads, Facebook ads. Maybe you're trying Pinterest ads. So you can try all these different things, but I really recommend kind of building your business a little bit slower, creating content, focusing on search engine optimization, because the traffic you get from search engine optimization is always going to be there as long as you're continuously keeping your content updated, making sure your website is optimized for search engines. You're going to keep getting that search engine traffic. So when it comes with pay-per-click advertising, I recommend starting with Google Ads. So Google Ads includes Google search ads that you see every time you search in Google, Google display ads around the internet, and YouTube advertising. That's all ran in Google Ads as well. Bing ads. So a lot of people think Bing ads don't work because Bing just isn't Google. It's just not the same, but it's Microsoft's advertising network, and it actually works very well. Sometimes it works even better than Google Ads. They have a lot of the same types of ads as Google. You could actually import your Google Ads campaigns directly into Bing ads. That's how similarly they perform. They're all set up exactly the same way, where you target keywords, you create advertisements, you drive traffic back to your business. So I would highly recommend testing these ones first. Facebook ads is a little bit more complex. But they've grown one of the best advertising networks that you can use. So Google ads, Bing ads, and Facebook ads are the three that I would recommend getting started with. You can throw YouTube advertising in here as well if you're creating videos. So this is really where you want to start. So now just an overview. So this is some of our strategies to grow your business. This is our free video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to have a ton of content coming out for how to grow your online business, how to do marketing, different types of marketing, whether it's content marketing, pay-per-click advertising, creating content. We're going to go through all those different things. So just a quick overview. Create a website, create content on your website, solve your customers' problems with your content, know your target audience, learn and implement search engine optimization, copy your competitors' strategies, use social media channels, and optimize for search engines where your customers search. So if your customers search in TripAdvisor, if your customers search in Yelp, make sure you're optimized for all those different types of search engines. Give your customers a great online experience and offline user experience if that's applicable to you. And in the end, use paid advertising to reach new customers. So you just want to continue to grow your audience, and continue to grow over time. I'm really focused on long-term growth, so that's what I'm going to preach to you. I'm never going to sell any of my content because my goal is to create great content and keep putting it out to you. If people don't find it valuable, they don't have to follow. I think a lot of people do find it valuable. So my goal is just to continue to learn myself and then continue to give those strategies to you. So hopefully this video is helpful. It's only available for our email subscribers. So as long as you're subscribed to our email list, you can see this video. Thank you for watching it today, and please let me know if you have any questions. You could always send me a quick email at Corey@surfsidepbc.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube if you're not already. Follow us on some of the other social media channels that you're using.